I ain't got no money. That money you be seeing me with, that be fake money, man.
Bust down rolling, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, let me go and get my watch back, bro.
Bro, hold on, bro.
But these rappers still managed to fake flex their way to the spotlight. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Kodak Black and his money.
That money you be seeing me with on Instagrams, that be fake money, man.
One of the biggest tropes in all of rap is that when you have a music video, you show off your money. Mainly you bring big stacks of cash to the video and either make it rain or show how much you have, and on it goes. And when it comes to social media, the temptation is there to do it there too. I mean, why not, right? Why not go full tilt and show off what you have? But sometimes people who shouldn't do it, and then pay the price later. Such as with Kodak Black, who decided to go onto Instagram in order to show off his money. But as many noted, including fellow singer Chris Brown, the money wasn't his, and it wasn't even real. It was fake money, and Kodak was more than happy to admit it.
That be prop money. This is not my money, girl. I do not have nothing.
I'm just holding these. I ain't got no money, man. They ask me for money, they be like, let me get some money, babe. And I say, man, I don't even got no money. That money you be seeing with me on Instagram, that be fake money, man. That be prop money. This is not my money, bro. I don't have nothing. So you might be thinking, why is he fake flexing like this? Simple. He's trying to live the dream, as it were. His net worth honestly isn't that much in comparison to many other rappers. He's only worth about $750,000. And he says himself he doesn't have this kind of money, but he obviously wants to, and that definitely counts for something. Not just in the case of having fake stacks of cash on hand, and that definitely counts for something. Oh, and if you're curious, Kodak Black won't have to be worrying about money issues in the near future because he's in jail, and may be there for quite some time. That's a flexing of another kind. So let's move on for now. 6IX9INE.
Bust down rolling, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, let me go and get my watch back, bro.
Hold on, bro.
Oh.
As I've noted across this list, there are many ways to fake flex that goes beyond money. And for the rapper known as 6IX9INE, that's exactly what he did. He went beyond money, beyond fame, and he tried to fake flex that he was a hardcore street guy. He would tell anyone that would listen to him that he was tough, that he was strong, that he was a 9 blood, and thus would ride or die with them. But when he got arrested in November 2018, it didn't take long for him to become a snitch, and not just snitching on the 9 bloods. He threw out names that would rattle the whole rap community, even though some were proven to be inaccurate in their own right. Also that he could get out of jail as quickly as possible. The real stunner here, he's still trying to proclaim how tough he is. So much so that he says that all the rappers who criticize him for snitching out there are jealous of the fame he's gonna get. Right, because instead of being actually best-selling artists with millions in their bank accounts, they want to be famous for being a snitch. Bow Wow.
Everybody like talk about the plane. I didn't know that was news. That ain't news.
Easily one of the biggest and most famous cases of fake flexing occurred for the man known as Bow Wow, who used to be big in the rap world and is now a bit more of a joke. This is because he tried to take advantage of setting and timing to make people think he had something he honestly didn't, which is always a mistake, especially when you try and sell the act on social media. So what exactly did he fake flex on? It was a jet. He tried to mimic what Drake, JayZ, Beyonce, Lady Gaga, and more who have their own private jet, and he got called out on it in 2017 when he tried to fake flex that he had one. Again, always a mistake. Now granted, it's not like he's poor, he's not, and he has a TV and hosting career that gives him decent money, but a private jet is expensive, and the fact of the matter is that the current net worth of Bow Wow is about $1.5 million. Good enough to get him first class if he wanted, but not enough by a large margin to have his own plane. Even a cheap one is tens of millions of dollars, which he doesn't have by any means of the imagination. Oh, but it didn't end there, not by a long shot. You see, fans decided to take this moment of fake flexing and turn it into their own thing. They made the Bow Wow challenge, where they would take a fake flexing picture and then post what was really going on, such as the person saying they were at a baseball game, yet they were actually taking a picture of themselves in front of a computer screen. It's really good, and you should check it out just to see how inventive these fans got. And in true poetic justice, the internet and his fellow rappers totally grilled him for this act. Don't play with Jetfire, Bow Wow, you will get burned, as you found out. No doubt he'll be a little more careful about what he posts on his Instagram feed from now on. Now sure, it's not nice to take an innocent post and blow it up like this, but he didn't do himself any favors by making people think he was flying in a private jet. Sure, circumstances were against him with that fan nearby, but still, don't insult something you can't back up. Did you want to win any of these items on the screen? If so, be sure to watch the whole video, leave a like, and comment the hidden message. And with that being said, let's get right back into the video. Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy is someone who clearly does not have a good grasp of how reality works at times, because he'll go off on some tangent and try and get something made under his name, and then it'll backfire and he'll blame everyone else. This is another alternative to fake flexing, as he claims to have everything, but he really doesn't, which is sad on numerous levels, don't you think? The best example of this is what happened recently, when he went into the video game world and tried to sell a fake console, though he wouldn't admit that it was fake, even though it was clearly an emulator of games that he didn't own the rights to, including many from Nintendo, who doesn't take these kinds of things things lightly. He even told Rolling Stone, "Honestly, I don't have any worries at all, any concerns, because everything we're doing is legit. It's been researched. Everything has been basically confirmed that it's a green light and we're good." It's partly the people from the outside looking in that aren't understanding the type of deals that were made behind the scenes that are worried. Yeah, needless to say, people in the game developers weren't fooled, and eventually Soulja Boy had to take down his website, which ironically now directs to a Nintendo homepage, and had to admit that he was forced to stop, even though a day before the takedown he proclaimed that they couldn't be taken down. Not only were they taken down, he's now facing legal action for copyright infringement, false advertising, as he claimed that he made a console but he clearly didn't, and more. Oh, and remember that does not have a good grasp on how reality works thing? Well, not long ago, Reggie Fils-Aime, president of Nintendo of America, announced his retirement after 15 years of working at the big end. Soulja Boy's response to this, quote, "I made him retire." Yeah, see how far that gets you, Soulja. Soulja Boy again.
I got TMZ so mad at me and DJ Academics and everybody. Oh, he renting the crib. Oh, it's Airbnb.
Yeah, thought you were done with Soulja Boy? Not even close. Because while he is clearly an idiot in terms of what he thinks he can and can't do, he does have a place in music history. In fact, he's an interesting case when it comes to the world of music as a whole. He was one of the first guys that used social media to help boost up his career, and it worked. His net worth at present is $30 million. Not bad for a kid growing up in rough Chicago, Illinois. So you might be thinking, wait, he has a lot of money, why would he need to fake flex? Well, I don't know why. But he made a video showing off a penthouse he quote owned, but after fans looked at it more, they realized it was fake. Once again, showing why you shouldn't try and do fake things on social media. As if to add to the insanity of it all, Soulja Boy came back and made a video swearing that the video and the penthouse was real. Most rappers don't do that after being caught, but it was still fake flexing. Sure, I know he can buy a penthouse, there's no doubt about that, but he decided instead to try and make it seem like he was even better off than he was. What's the point of that? We know he's rich, he doesn't need to fake show it off. All he has to do is show off his actual things. Is that really so hard to do? Then again, it is Soulja Boy. Offset. You might think that fake flexing is just something you do with material possessions like money, cars, or planes, as you'll see soon, but it's just so much more than that, lots more even. Because at its core, fake flexing isn't just stating that you have money or valuable things when you don't, it's stating that you are something when you're clearly not. And by that token, we go to the rapper known as Offset, who has done a lot of things in his career, both good and bad. But in terms of fake flexing, he went and did wrong in his relationship after promising to be loyal. I guess that was a hard thing to be. If you know the life story of Offset when it comes to the women he has been with, then you know that he's had multiple ex-wives and a series of children with those wives. This is why many were surprised when he and Cardi B suddenly and secretly got married in 2017. It truly was a secret marriage, and it made many wonder if this would be the marriage that would straighten out Offset for good. You can see where I'm going with this, right? I mean, we've talked about it before in King Trending. I'm just saying. Because about 6 months after they got married and revealed to the world they were together, a tape was leaked that showed him with another woman. And believe it or not, this was not the first time this happened to Offset, which just goes to show how unloyal he is in terms of his wives. But what's even worse than all this was that this latest indiscretion actually led him and Cardi B doing a major fake flex on everyone, as they used this event and the social media outcry for Cardi to leave him to create a story about them truly being separated. One for them to get caught not separated and then have their reunion at the Grammys to show that everything was fine. In my opinion, this is one of the worst kinds of flexing because on one hand, Offset was showing his true colors, and that should have been a signal to Cardi B that this marriage was likely not one to last. And yet not only did she not get that signal, she got one that stated she should use this indiscretion to try and make themselves more popular. How does that thought cross their minds? Regardless, it happened, and we're all worse for it. Kanye's mind. As for Kanye, he's proven over the years that he's not as smart or as clever as he says he was. One of the biggest moments, though, was when one of his fashion lines wasn't doing as prominently as he hoped, and he poured all of his money into it. So he literally went and asked Mark Zuckerberg, the billionaire behind Facebook, for help, and asked him for a lot of money so he can do his own stuff. What does that say about a situation that he had to do that? And do that during an interview of all things? Oh, Kanye, when will it ever stop? Thankfully for him, he apparently got a tax return that he used as woes, and he's still worth a lot of money. But it's still really sad that he had to do that. Just as sad though is his fight with bipolar disorder. Ever since coming out as someone actually diagnosed with the disease, he's gone and done so many reckless and stupid things, all while under the pretense of him being fine and stable. JayZ's laugh. To say that JayZ doesn't have the power to flex is so wrong it hurts. He's almost worth $1 billion alone. Not to mention his wife is Beyonce, who's worth hundreds of million dollars herself. So how could such a man be fake flexing? Well, the intent is half the battle, such as when you truly pose for a picture and get caught. You see, JayZ was the co-owner of the Brooklyn Nets at one point in time before selling his shares in the team. In one game, he took a now infamous picture with Kevin Hart where he's fake laughing just so the picture itself could look like he's having a good time. Other pictures of the game in question came to life, and it showed that JayZ and Kevin Hart were most definitely not laughing most of the time, and that the picture was fake in the ways that matter. Even the after party shots of the game showed them both with non-humorous expressions, proving that what you see is not always what you get. See, even one of the richest men on the planet can fake flex, but as is true to JayZ form, he did it for the brand, and that's to be respected in certain ways. So yeah, you can fake flex in ways that go beyond the norms. Kim Kardashian.
She later explained that North wasn't looking her best. Her eyes were closed and I was feeling my look. Can I live? She told fans on Twitter.
Okay, yes, I acknowledge that Kim Kardashian is not a rapper, but she's married to one, and she is a part of that life whether we want to admit it or not. And you honestly can't do something about Kanye, who's on deck, without talking about Kim. And yes, she does fake flex in her own way a lot, though I will admit it's a bit of a tricky subject. For her wealth is undeniable, her brain power, not so much. You see, she's a big star on Instagram and she posts all kinds of pictures there, as she should with her following. Usually it's about makeup products or about her outfits or teasing big announcements and such, the usual kind of Instagram thing. But one day she actually posted a picture of herself with her daughter North, whose father is Kanye West for the record. The problem though was that she literally cropped 95% of her daughter out of the shot. No, I'm not kidding you one bit. And then when people called her out on it, she posted, "Her eyes were closed and I was feeling my look. Can I live?" There's so much wrong with that sentence I can barely speak, but I'll go on for sanity's sake. So here, she was technically fake flexing her own looks because she didn't want to be in a shot with her child because her eyes were closed. I mean, come on, Kim. I was feeling my look. Trust me, I don't think that's a hard feeling to get with you. Take another picture. I mean, you're supposed to be a mother first, and instead of focusing on making sure your child comes off great, you're more worried about yourself. How is that right? This is arguably the worst of the fake flexing because at least the other people were doing it with items. You were doing it with a person. A child nonetheless. What's worse is that many people consider Kim a great mother, and yet she pulls stuff like this. You're more worried about your own looks than your daughter and don't want her ruining the shot. But there you have it, a group of rappers who have been caught with their hands in the proverbial cookie jar trying to say they have things that they don't. Which of these is the worst fake flexing offense in your mind? Which of them do you think needs to get a grip if they're going to keep being famous? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe. I'm King Trending, and I'll see you next time.
A simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's really your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Go for it.